What's up, guys? The Celtic Doom here. I certainly hope you guys are all well. I'm joining you today with some exciting news about that new Unearthed Arcana that was recently released, about the Ranger and the Rogue. I'm going to go over a little bit at that today. Mostly the Rogue aspect, because as you know, the Rogue is kind of close and near and dear to my heart. I definitely think they took a very good approach with this, simply because I feel like the Rogue is oftentimes misrepresented, and I feel like they're often looked at, I mean, obviously there's good reason for it, but looked as thieves and thugs and such things, whereas I feel like the Rogue is like a really light ranger, honestly, in this aspect, because it's called the Scout. You can go look it up, you can go Google it, it's great. I definitely recommend at least a read. I may look into playtesting the Scout aspect of it, but I haven't done that as of yet. Rogues who embrace this archetype, basically they're at home with barbarians and fighters. They serve as the eye and ears of war bands across the world. Compared to other rogues, you're very skilled at surviving in the wild. So basically, instead of the urban aspect, the wilderness is your city, basically. Your survivalist and skirmisher, you both get a 3rd level. Survivalist, you get your nature and skill proficiencies, and the proficiency bonus is doubled for both of those skills. It's amazing. It really is. Skirmisher, you can basically defensive mobility. If somebody ends their turn within 5 feet of you, you can, as a reaction, you can move up to half your speed away, and it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. We have superior mobility, which increases your speed by 10. This also increases your climbing and swimming speed. So, I mean, especially if you're playing like a wood elf, you have a speed of 45. You're moving pretty quick by that point. Let alone if you multi-class into monk or Barbie, Then you have the ambush master, which I think is one of the funnest parts about this, is at 13th level, you excel at leading ambushes. If any of your foes are surprised, you can use a bonus action on your turn in the first round of the combat to grant each ally who can see you a +5 bonus to initiative that lasts until the combat ends. So we're all going first. If the initiative bonus would increase an ally's initiative above yours, the ally's initiative instead equals to your initiative. So that's kind of the drawback with that, is if your initiative isn't high, it definitely limits what you can do as far as boosting other people's initiative. Each of the allies also receive a 10-foot increase to their speed that lasts until the end of the ally's next turn. So, we're gonna get them. Now we have this, here is the final part of it, which is the sudden strike at 17th level. You can strike with deadly speed. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can make it into one additional attack as a bonus action. This attack can benefit from your sneak attack even if you have already used it this turn, but only if the attack is the only one you make against the target this turn. So it's pretty good stuff. I mean, I feel like there's not like a whole lot there. I feel like this is a very skeletal aspect of an archetype, which I think is okay, because I mean, everything else that you get from the rogue class, just base wise, really just covers it up. You're basically strictly martial rogue. I mean, it's one of those things that it's cool because it really, I feel like it really expands on the Emerald Enclave's capabilities as well, because I mean, then you have rangers of all the varying types, and now you have rogues, which, I mean, I think it's interesting just because they could work together with in-city rogues, out-of-city rogues. There's a lot of potential with this Unearthed Arcana, so I really recommend going and checking it out. Like I said, you can Google it, Unearthed Arcana, Ranger and Rogue. It's really a good read. The Horizon Walker, I think, is really fascinating, because multiple times I've played a Warlock, I've wanted to do similar things to this. And then you have the Primeval Guardian, which I think is cool because it plays off of the primeval awareness that all Rangers get. So just go check it out. I think it's definitely worth your time. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe. Comment for the next Unearthed Arcana you want to see in the Unearthed Awesomeness series. Otherwise, this is the Celtic Doom, over and out. You guys take it easy.